guys, and welcome to this very special video. I've decided to make a game review for the very popular free-to-play early access game Unturned. This game gets an update almost once a week, and there's always something new happening to the game. The reason that I decided to make this video is because I haven't really found any up-to-date reviews on the game. The most are from 1 year ago, when it actually came out on July 7th, 2014, which means that it's roughly about 1.5 years old, which is not that old for a video game. So let's start with the basics. I will give you a basic overview on what the game is. So Unturned is a very popular sandbox survival multiplayer and action game. It is a 3D first-person apocalyptic game, and this game has a lot of multiplayer support, from local multiplayer to private servers to even global servers. There's a lot of crafting and a very in-detail skill or level up system. That was the game in my own words. I will now read you what IGN states about the game. Unturned is a sandbox game in the emerging multiplayer apocalyptic survival genre. Rather than focusing on being a MMO, it provides players with an easy system to sit down and survive the zombie infestation with their friends. Over the course of a typical adventure, groups will face impossible odds as they work at fortifying locations, scavenging for supplies, trying to live off the land, and negotiating with other people. IGN.com. So that was the basic summary on the game, and I would now go through the game using a few criteria. The criteria is that I will be using is how good these are and or how good the game is, and I will also talk about at the end to conclude everything, but there's a few things that I will go through, like the controls, the sound, and the graphics, and just see if it really is worth your while and if you should buy it. So let's start off with the movement controls. So the controls in this game are very simple. It is by default moving with WASD. You jump with space and access inventory with tab, as with a lot of games. The inventory is a lot like DayZ or even Arma, in a way that some items take up more space than others, like a big sniper would take up a lot more space than a small pocket knife. All in all, there are also a lot of vehicles like ATVs, buses, cars, planes, and helicopters. These function very well, and in multiplayer servers, they function also very well because the passengers don't jerk around. They are always stationary in the car, and yeah, just the way cars and multiplayer works is a very good part of this game. So sounds. The sounds and music in this game isn't too different than any other else that you would have heard from before. But there's a lot of nature sounds which really gets you into that feel of a survival game. But there's nothing really extraordinary about the sounds in this game. The graphics in this game is a cross-section between DayZ, Arma, and Minecraft. It is not the best graphics in the world, and at the first glance it looks very cheap, or it looks like a very cheap game, but all in all, it's actually, it gets a lot more intricate and very more in detail after a while. It also has a very little learning curve. You just have to learn a few things, and then everything goes fine, and you can almost just start playing it right away. The graphics in this game are not too fancy, but if you have a good graphics card or a good computer, you can crank up the graphics way up and make the game look very, very beautiful, with reflecting water, good lighting, sunshaft, motion blur, and a lot more customized options that you can change for your own liking. You do not need a very good computer to actually run this game pretty easy. You can run this at 720p on a pretty bad computer and actually get pretty good gameplay out of it. Like, I had an old computer that I tried this game on and it still worked. So you don't need the best computer, but if you really want to crank up all the settings up to ultra, you really need a decent computer, I should say. Inventory, skills, and crafting and building. So this is a very big part of this game. So the inventory and crafting in this game is a lot different than any other game that I've played so far. It is very complex, and when you press tab, you get to the inventory. And in this inventory, there are a lot of subsections. So, then at the top, you have all those different tabs, which all have their own page in the inventory. The first tab is inventory. The second tab over is crafting, where you can craft a lot of different things. These span from makeshift weapons, clothes, and cars. But to get to these high-level craftings, you need to upgrade your crafting skill. This brings me to the second to last tab, and that is where you can upgrade exactly what you want using this skill upgrade, where if you kill some zombies, you get some experience which you can spend on different upgrades. Like sprint and jump and a lot more. So the skill system is a very good system, and it's one of the best skill upgrade systems in any game that I've played so far. The next page on the or the next tab is the map. As the name suggests, it's a map of the world that you're playing, and on multiplayer servers it also shows which players are in the game. If you want a detailed overview on the maps, go check out another video of mine, which details and shows exactly where things are on the map. So others, something to consider when deciding if you should play this game or not is, if it's worth your while, is that it is free and it is early access. And there's something that you need to think about when playing the game. That you need to think about is that there is a DLC in the store which costs around $5, and that is to have a gold account, which gives you a lot of advantages over just downloading it, because the original one is free. And because it is only $5, is actually a must if you like the game, and you get a lot of good benefits by buying this upgrade, like better servers, better gear, and a lot more. There's just something you should think about. I bought the gold version after just 3 hours of playing, and it was totally worth it. I got a lot better experience, I got better gear, and just a lot better servers. And that made the game so much better. And, something to consider as well is that it is an early access game, and there's always something new. There's always new things coming, and yeah, it's just a really good game in all. So, conclusion. So all in all, it is a great game. It has a lot of potential. The game creator, Nelson Sexton, is a great game developer, because you can ask him personally if there's something that you want to add, and he actually evaluates it and see what he can do. He did that just about a week ago. The community wanted planes and helicopters, and he made that possible. And now we have functioning planes and helicopters in the game. So it's a great game, and the community is huge. It has a lot of modders and map creators. And if the mod or map is good enough, he will add that map or the mod to the game. Another thing that is in the game is a map creator, and that means it is very easy to make your own map, and you can make your own, customize it exactly how you want it, and yeah, it's just a really cool game. So all in all, it's a great game on all levels, and a lot of people like it. I personally love it, and I have more than 110 hours, and from all of those hours, I've never get bored, and there's unlimited unlimited possibilities that you can use in this game. And yeah, that pretty much sums up this game review. So, I just want to say thank you so much for watching and endure this, pretty long video. Hope this helped you picking if you want to play the game, and just giving you a better opinion on, this sort of game. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.